Welcome, headbangers, to the Metal Block with your host, Eric.
Woo! You're with your host, Eric. Hey, you like my cheesy little clip there? I made that in about maybe 2 minutes on iMovie. As I was rushing around, so I got to have some kind of intro. So I did that. Welcome. This is what I call the Metal Block, and I am your host, Eric, as it says there in the corner somewhere. I can't point to the camera sucks. Blah 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 blah. Anyway, reason for I'm doing this show. This is like kind of a test show in a sense to see how well it does. In a sense that like I'm going to be playing videos, and when I play the videos, you're not going to see me in the screen. It's just going to be a video, kind of like let's pretend this is Headbangers Ball is coming back, and I'm your host, and I'm going to play a block of videos. And in between, I'll be we'll talk about the band, maybe a little bit of information on them and things like that. Because today's theme on the Metal Block is Japanese metal. If anybody's been following my channel for the past week or so, I've been doing a lot of the reaction videos. I did a Babymetal, and I love Babymetal. I've always loved them back in the day. I always say this. I loved them back when they came out with the Give Me Chocolate, and then they get all melodic and stuff and heavy. But I kind of lost touch with them after a while, and then I picked up their new album, The Other One. Took a chance. I haven't heard these guys in a long time, or these girls in a long time, and I wonder what they sound like. And I just instantly loved the album. I didn't think I was going to like it. I was that's probably going to be more of the Give Me Chocolate, which is a good song, but I was thinking it was going to be a lot of that. But no, it made me really dig more into them and check out their other videos and check out the stuff that I missed. It ended up as a freak. I go out. I got this is a new CD, and I went and got Metal Galaxy, Metal Resistance, and then the first album. Finally got that, and so I got all this. I've been doing the reaction videos on those, and I noticed like it got a lot of views and attention and stuff like that, and which tells me they got a really really great fan base, really powerful fan base. And then it kind of I started learning a little bit about it, with the Fox God and things like that, and then this I guess genre called Kawii metal. There's so many genres of metal and music that sometimes it gets a little convoluted. It's like almost anything could be a genre. I could be like, hey, this piece of paper, I'm gonna call it paper metal. Oh, how'd you come up with paper metal? Well, I wrote the song on paper, so it's paper metal. But yeah, or I can look at my cat. Hey, it's cat metal. So it's just like anything could be a genre. It seems like, but I like to just kind of stick with the broad umbrella of heavy metal or metal, and then everything inside it is part of it. But I understand people got to have their their thing that they can identify with and cling on to and sort of make it their own in a sense. So get into that and start exploring more bands and a lot of people made a lot of good suggestions about check out Maid and check out Love Bites and Hanabie and all these other. So I'm starting to look at them and I'm like, wow, okay, this is pretty interesting. And so my original idea was to do this kind of show, but make it kind of a video showdown. I was actually going to do Maid versus Babymetal, but a few people in the comments said it wasn't a good idea, especially Greiten 300. He or she's been actually really good at like sort of educating me on a lot of this stuff, And so he thought, it wouldn't be a good idea to pit them against each other because the fans are very passionate, and then you probably get like a lot of hate and a lot of trolls and this and that. And I thought, that's a good idea. I don't want people fighting over the music, fighting over their bands. There's a healthy way to do it and a fun way to do it, like top fives or video showdowns or showdowns where like album showdowns where it's like, just because you don't like a band or an album doesn't mean that album or band sucks. It just means it's not your cup of tea or you like something a little bit better. But there is no reason for people to fight. But I did want to avoid all that. So I just thought, what? Why don't I just create like a sort of a show where it's kind of like MTV's Headbangers Ball, where we just sort of play a roll of videos and have a different theme each week. So I chose this theme because I've been getting into a lot of these bands is Japanese metal. And so I got a pretty good little roster lined up of bands and some of the bands I haven't really fully listened to yet. I just kind of going on YouTube and just finding them, and then I getting some suggestions from the comments and things like that. So then I've just been kind of adding them in, so who knows how long this show will go. It might be an hour and a half. I got my Joe Biden glasses on, and I got my readers underneath so I could kind of read stuff, as I'm going along. Hope I didn't piss any Joe Biden haters out there. I'm not a Democrat or Republican. You know, I vote for the most corrupt president. In 2016, I voted for Trump. In 2020, I voted for Biden. I'm just kidding. I don't remember who I voted for in 2016. I know it wasn't Trump or Hillary. It was one of those independents. But I did vote for Biden, you know, only because he was the lesser of all evils, or that, you know, whatever, man. We're not talking politics here, all right? Talking Japanese metal. And I'm also going to play a couple of classics that maybe a new, younger audience that's into bands like Maid and Babymetal. Maybe they're not familiar with some of the bands that I was into. You know, I'm 54 years old, and in my era, I was a teenager in the 80s, you know, and to me, you always, you know, every old person's going to tell you this, kids, that it was the best era in the world of music. You know, like my grandpa was telling me, oh, the 50s and the doo-wop, that was the best thing ever. And I'm like, oh, that music sucks, you know. But we'll tell you that the 80s was a great freaking period to grow up in, because you had bands like Wasp and Twisted Sister, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden. Some of those are still around. But then when it came to the Japanese metal, I was into Loudness, Dead End, which is like an all-time favorite. Some of you might not have heard of them. They're probably one of the most underrated Japanese metal bands, or even a band in general, is Dead End from Japan. And then EZO, I don't know how many remember EZO, you know, produced by Gene Simmons when they came over here. They used to be called Flatbacker in Japan, and they changed their name to EZO. You know, Japan, Crazy Danger, Aeon, Gargoyle, all these bands were kind of in the 90s. I used to go to the store, and when I lived in Hollywood, I used to go to the store in the magazine rack, and, you know, my drummer and stuff, he'd always be getting all just the regular metal magazines, and I would too, but I was interested in that big, giant Japanese metal magazine that had all these. I couldn't read it because I couldn't read the language, but I just remember the pictures. Every band had a fucking spiked out hair like this. I mean, you think Hollywood had its hair metal bands or glam metal bands? Japan, they're bright red and all these different colors and just cool ass, like, you know, outfits and shit and makeup on really thick. But they weren't playing just your typical glam metal. Like, it was like their music was almost borderline thrash and almost sometimes black metal, you know, which I do have some of that on the roster. I got Psy, a great black metal band from Japan. Anyway, I'll tell you what's coming up. But anyway, we're going to kick it off. We're going to kick off the first video. All right, let's get into this. And then after the video's done, we'll do a little bit of commentary and go to the next or whatever. I'm going to start off with Maid. You know, the reason why, and this song is called Unleash. Maid was formed in 2013. They're from Japan. They kind of just consider the music hard rock and heavy metal. And again, I'm going by Wikipedia. And then when the video's done, we'll kind of talk a little bit more about them and kind of discuss what's going on. But what I noticed is they're very different from Babymetal as far as music-wise. And I really like this song because it's very energetic. It's got a total punk feel to it, but more of a kind of a Green Day punk feel, but, you know, still punk and very energetic. Okay, here we go. Maid, Unleashed.
How many times could it guys in the night take you come down? 殻についたリボンでもう動けない I am losing my mind. Which is the best でも悪もぶつかんだ 触れずに選んで遊べ追い込んで Now we're going 風にたまに曇りの anytime 巡り巡りたどり着いた光踏み出す一歩は If for me forever 期待を超えた未来が待ってる Let me go
What'd you think? Maid Unleashed. Anime, you know, I have to be honest, I'm not a huge anime fan. I do have my favorites, you know, obviously, what was it, Afro Samurai? Is that the one? I love that one. If I'm saying it right. Been a while since I watched it, but you know, that and like what Death Note, all the typical ones. There's a bunch of others I haven't watched in a long time. You know what is anime just became so like massive to where like it's hard to keep up with all of them. I mean, it's like, you know, I can go on Netflix and there's probably like a zillion of them on there, and I don't know what is what, which is which, and you know what's considered a series, or if I watch this one, am I gonna have to catch up watching the origin of the origin tale somewhere else or whatever, you know? But feel free to shoot me some suggestions, you know, like, and I'll check them out because, you know, I want to get back into it, listen to a lot of these bands and sort of getting back into this Japanese metal scene. You know, it's kind of igniting that fuel to where I can really want to get back into, like, you know, anime and things like that. So that was Maid. You know, let's see. I pulled up their Wikipedia here during the video, and I just want to see if, what it looks like on the screen here. But yeah, so Maid, Japanese rock. I like the video, the way it's anime and stuff like that, and you can tell these girls are really playing their instruments and they're really talented. Formed in 2013, singer Saki Atsumi, guitarist singer Mui Kabato, lead guitar. I'm going to butcher a lot of these names, so please bear with me. It's not intentional. Kanami Tono, bassist Misa, and drummer Akane Hirose. Is that what I'm saying right? So the band combines a rock sound with a Maid image. Yeah, of course. Modeled by Japanese maid cafes. Oh yeah, maid cafes. Oh, is that a Japanese maid cafe? Yeah. Okay. In the early years, they formed in 2013. So yeah, so you know, you're active 2013 to present, and they're on Gump. Their labels they've been on is Gump. That's a cool name for a label. I got to get their website. Let's see what their website looks like. Let's click on that. Okay. Maid. It's cool. Look at that. Yeah, pretty cool, man. Definitely want to get one of their albums. So yeah. All right. Next up on the roster, a band that we talked about earlier, Babymetal. Okay. I chose this song, Metal Kingdom, because it's my favorite song on the album, or at least one of my main ones. I have Metalism is actually one of my all-time favorites on the album. I love Metal Kingdom, and I just saw a snippet of the video. I only watched about maybe 20 seconds of the video, but I love the way it started out. I love the just the visuals are so amazing, and it looks like it does get into like a little bit of their performance of the way they are live. That's one thing I hear a lot about Babymetal, is that you got to see their live stuff. I did order the DVD, Blu-ray, or whatever it's called, the Red Knight, the Budokan Red Knight and Black Knight. I got that coming in soon in the mail. I ordered on Amazon. And and from what I see online, it's like they put on such a massive show. And again, I always say this, like they're one of the bands that are somewhat new. They've only been around since no less than 15 years. And they're already playing like big places like stadiums and places like that, you know, and they're on tour with Death Clock this year. Unfortunately, they're not coming to Portland. Oh, but guess what? Maid is coming to Portland. I'm going to definitely go check them out. I think they're coming in August, so I'm going to get my tickets for that. I got my tickets for Striper this in May, and then Wasp in August. And I guess I'm going to go to Maid. I'm hoping Maid don't play on the same night as Wasp. But yeah, that'd be cool to see them live. But anyway, let's get into this. Babymetal's Metal Kingdom. Yeah, that was epic. I love the freaking epicness of that song, and the video. I mean, you got this kind of almost like Game of Thrones type theme going, and then it's just like what they're doing on the stage there with the, you know, those cool looking freaking whatever they're called. Whatever. What kind of weapons are those? I need to get one from my apartment, man. Yeah. That was Babymetal. Metal Kingdom here on WKGB Metal. I am your YTJ. That's a YouTube jockey. I'm not a video jockey. I'm a YouTube jockey. Can't even talk, you know. Yeah. Oh, you know, in the comments, I can actually let me see if it shows it. Ezra said, "All hail Queen Sue." Does it show up? Does it show up on the screen there? It shows up on my end. So yeah, I was just wondering if it shows up on the channel. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I agree with you, Ezra. All hail Queen Sue Metal. All right, that was Babymetal. I think a lot of you already know a lot about them. You know, again, they're one of the biggest bands, especially of that genre, and it's come around a long time. So we can kind of move along. This band, a friend of mine turned me onto them, and I ended up buying their CD. It's coming in the mail. We got a band called Love Bites coming up. All right, the song is Judgment Day. I know they have another song that was actually, what I saw was really cool. It was like an instrumental, it sounded like, and super talented. Are you with me? This band is called Broken by the Scream. This is Tokyo Rides.
You're
through that with no issues. Okay, I like that band. I like that. They're Broken by the Scream. Someone suggested them on my channel on one of the reaction videos I did, and they said that they're known for having that real low guttural sound and being like the only, I guess, the lowest kind of guttural sound for a female. And yeah, I mean, they proved it. And I guess they kind of consider themselves, they were formed in 2016. They consider themselves Screamo Idol. What is that? Screamo Idol. Come on, tell me, guys, what is that? What is Screamo Idol? Is it like American Idol or Japanese Idol, but there's Screamo? You know, and metalcore and digent, you know, which is those two genres, metalcore and digent. It's not that I don't like that genre. I've yet to find a band that I really like that has that sound. And like I say about the Japanese metal, they always have a way of doing things better than the American bands or any other bands that aren't Japanese or from another country, because even though they're kind of copying a style that was probably originated in America or Europe or whatever, they're putting their own twist on it. And that's what, like, the bands I used to love, I still love, back in the 80s, like Dead End and Loudness and all the bands. They were like Loudness. They wanted to be the Scorpions. They wanted to sound like the Scorpions, but they did have some Scorpion sound, but they just put their own twist on it. Just made it sound cooler than the Scorpions to me. But I love Scorpions. I'm a big Scorpions fan. But yeah, so Broken by the Scream, Japanese metal, and they're considered Screamo Idol, metalcore, digent. And you know, like I said, I don't think here's what I liked about that song was, and I noticed a lot of these bands that do this, they have a good way of blending like sort of modern pop, contemporary pop, even borderline R&B, hip hop, you know, rap and this, that, and they blend it with the metal. Now, you know, obviously we have bands like Limp Bizkit and stuff back in the 90s who this rap metal, which I just couldn't get into. But for some reason, these Japanese bands do it in a way where it sounds so much better. And it's just, to my ears anyways, more appealing. Yeah. And so, but music is subjective, you know, what I think sounds great, someone else might think it sucks or whatever, and vice versa. But that's the beauty of music. Hey, yeah. So let's move on. Let's keep going. Okay. So we didn't get blocked on that one. This next group is one I did a reaction video on, and I really liked the song I did before. I did the reaction to their song, Pardon Me, I Gotta Go Now. We're talking about Hanabie, which I've been corrected. I think it's supposed to be Hanabie, is how you're supposed to say it. Am I right? Hanabie? But it's just spelled Hanabie. This is a song, I guess people are telling me this is like their signature song. It's called We Love Sweets. I was about to say We Love Chocolate, like give me chocolate, but no, it's called We Love Sweets. Let's do this. Hanabie, We Love Sweets. Woo, me too.
Corazón
was expecting like that. Shit, that's even heavier than Babymetal's "Give Me Chocolate," man. Oh, we love sweets. In your face. That was fucking the guitar sound, man. I need to figure out what they're doing for that guitar sound and get that for mine. That's pretty badass. Oh yeah, Hanabie. Oh, we love sweets. That's probably when did that come out? Not a whole lot to know about this band other than they don't have a Wikipedia page. I don't know what their genre they consider. Probably just heavy metal. I guess it does say. Yeah, I guess the genre is metal. Japan is 2015 is when they started. It says current members are Yukarina, and then Matsuri, and then Hitsu, and I believe there's a fourth member. Someone told me that they lost their drummer and they got another drummer or something like that. I could be wrong. Hey, I want to take a moment to do a little bit of a sponsorship here. I got a good friend, Gina Vamp. She's got this really cool keychain. I know it's for the ladies out there. You know, when you're walking in that dark alley and stuff like that, or walking to your car in a parking lot at night, you got to have some security. So you got these dog ears. This is some freaking serious fucking ninja shit right here. Look, you got a pom-pom. I forgot what that's for. But this cool key right here breaks out into a knife. Look at that shit, man. And it's got this cool, it's got a flashlight. It's got a whistle. And let's see, we're still streaming. We didn't get blocked. That's good. Yeah, we got the knife. And what else? It's got a flashlight if I can see. So, woo! Look, yes, Kawii metal. And stuff. I'll put it in the description. But if you go on Facebook and look up G-String Creations and just shoot her a message and she'll show you how to order and she'll tell you the prices. She's got all the pictures of different colors. I think she's even got cat ears. There's cat ears and dog ears. This will come in real handy. And if guys, if you got a girlfriend or wife or a mother, sister, all that, get one for her, and you can save their lives, So yeah, thought I'd throw that in there. Okay, next video, we're going to move along here. This band is called Rolling Quartz, again, and they're from actually South Korea, I believe, all right, which is a little bit different from Japan, obviously in a different area, different place, different country. Rolling Quartz, this song is called Azalea. Now, this band, I discovered them through my brother. When we had our Gen X Brothers podcast, we actually did a reaction video to this song, and it's been a while since I've heard it, so I figured I'd just load it up and play it. I know a lot of you out there who are fans of this genre of music. They're considered power metal from what I understand. And yeah, talented ladies, freaking amazing guitar player and bass player. So let's check it out. This is Rolling Quartz, and the song is Azalea, if I'm saying it right. On the Metal Block.
이젠 그대 아닌지 그댈 바라보며 살아온 내가 그녀 뒤에 가렸는지 사랑 그 아픔이 너무 커 숨을 쉴 수가 없어 그대 행복하길 빌어줄게요 내 영혼으로 빌어줄게요
Yeah. Rolling Quartz from South Korea. And they consider themselves rock and grunge. I believe they formed in 2019. Wow, they're pretty freaking new, man. Shit, look at what they're doing already. I wonder what their tour is like. I'm definitely gonna buy their album. I know, even though I got turned on to them a number of months ago. So many bands coming out and so many new albums this year. Yeah, it's crazy. So I'm gonna definitely get theirs again. I listened to that song again after not hearing it for a long time. Woo, that was amazing, man. I love that. It's almost like I commented something about being almost like Richie Blackmore because it reminded me of something he would do like with his new band Nights, Blackmore Nights, and with Candace Knight singing his lovely wife. I want to take a moment to just real quick here. I want to sort of dedicate the show to someone very special to me, my stepdaughter. Hold on, I'm getting a little watery-eyed. It was a pretty tough week this week, man. And she had a pretty bad accident. And she almost didn't make it. She was in a coma for about a week and a half. But from my understanding, she's coming out of it. Arinelle, you're strong. You can do this. We got a lot to do together still. So you need to pull through. All right, so we could be that father and daughter that we were meant to be. Get back here to the States, you and your mom, so we can be a family again. So she had a pretty bad accident, but she's pulling through. From what I understand, she's sleeping right now, but she's out of the coma. They had her, sedated. I guess a self-induced coma, and yeah. Woo, I'm getting teary-eyed. I'm having an Oprah Winfrey moment. Or Barbara Walters moment. Anyway, so Arinelle, please, I love you. I do, and I know it's been rough, and everything, and you're strong. I could tell already. You're a fighter. Your mom even said it. You're a fighter. I mean, it looked bleak there last week. It looked really bleak for you, but now it's like there's this ray of hope just keeps shining each day that goes by. So yeah. So all y'all out there to pray, I'm agnostic, but all you to pray, I'll definitely take your prayers, man. All right. Woo. Okay, let's move on. Arinelle, I love you. So pull through. You got this. All right. So you can join me on one of these shows eventually. We're gonna go to some black metal. Oh, y'all depressed, and now we gotta go to some black metal. Japanese black metal. Look at Psy. Where's the band? Where's the album? Look at this. Am I still streaming? Psy. I got this album last year. This was on my top 20 of 2022 album releases. I think it placed number 6, I believe it was, and I got it at the last moment. Like I always do my end of the year top 20 albums of new releases, and it came in, and I ended up getting it around the end of the year, and I pushed so many albums down to that. This actually took charge, So yeah. Oh. Psy, that's the band. We're gonna play them, okay? I know I'm still a little worked up here. That was tough. All right, so Sho Jahitsu Mitsu. I love this band. I love this album. I can't pronounce the damn song title. So this is Psy with Soja Itsumitsu. And if it gets blocked, I apologize. We'll figure something out. All right, so here we go. Oh no, here we go. Dang it. That got blocked. Psy got blocked, dang it. Looks like I'm not streaming anymore because it looks like it got so I'm gonna have to end the broadcast. Obviously I got violated for streaming. Yeah, so I guess this ain't gonna work. I'm probably just gonna have to sort of play videos. I'm gonna have to probably do the show. If anybody's still listening, if anyone is still able to see this, maybe I'm streaming on yeah, I wonder if I could do that, stream on just Facebook. So I'm going to keep it going just in case. I might be still filming on Facebook. So if I am, because like I said, YouTube got blocked. So, but I do have a streaming going through Gen X Brothers. So let me know. There's only a few more videos left to do. So I'm just going to keep it going. I'm just going to pretend, and and then I'll just sort of edit this video down and just repost it, and I'll get rid of all the black videos anyway. So yeah, so I'm just gonna keep it going. The show must go on. Okay, I'm already here. I'm already dressed up and all that. I got my eyeliner on. It's all tearing up earlier because of my stepdaughter and stuff. And yeah, so here we go. we're gonna move on. That was Psy. A lot of people that got to see that, at least part of it. Check them out on YouTube if you need to see the whole video. We're gonna move on to Ladybaby. All right, and again, I'm winging it. This was a test episode. I had a feeling that probably I was gonna get blocked in some areas, just streaming live and just playing. I'm wondering why people don't. Maybe a lot of people don't do this, but I saw one guy that does it. He does it where he sees himself though in the video. So I don't know. Maybe I just got to be real careful with what videos I choose and stuff. So here we go. We're rolling along. We're still good on time. I was counting on the show being at least an hour and a half to 2 hours. We're only an hour in, so we're gonna go with this Japanese metal band called Ladybaby. All right. I don't know a whole lot about them either, but we're gonna check them out. Here's Ladybaby with the song is called Starless Sky. I like that title.
分かりきってちゃつまらない寒いゲームじゃ笑えないして洗いして洗い旅そうが目覚ます永遠3時の導火線上はくすぶってちゃかますだけじゃないだろうミラーの中映ったフェイクどうせ爆破せたらのフェイク私のままで生きてたいとくしゃくしゃにした勇気もめくしかけたその夢もめきざけんでこれからってこの命で答え星のない空伸ばした両の手で掴めばさらな未来今夜世界が変わる手が置いてもがれて神様はもう好きな使って構わないさ光さすまでは目を張って笑ってくんださあここからなんだ延々少女って決めないでそうやって普通でいい気になって Hey, you, so 誰かの吐いた言葉も押し付けられた答えも払って走り出してこの命で極めあなたの今日が幸せならいいと願った暁の空なんだ涙拭いたらもう繋いで笑ってくんださあ始めようアドリデCheck me on the scene 勘違ったって You're welcome What you say 世界に誰 Come on fuck you Come to the road, おかしいねこんなにほら寂しさを受け入れてたけ大切な明日があること信じられるか星のない空伸ばした両の手で掴めばさらな未来今夜世界が変わる手が置いてもがれて神様はもう好きな使って構わないさ胸を張って笑ってくんだどんな時でも一緒なんだ光さそうえば
tried to Google it. It was like ladybugs come up. Ladybaby. So they're considered, I guess, Kawii metal too, like Babymetal, Ladybaby, and electronicore. Never heard that term before, so that's kind of cool. They started in 2013 to 2020. Then I guess they kind of seemed like they must have went on hiatus for a while and came back in 2023. Oh yes, let's see. So something. Oh, I did see a video where the one guy, there's one guy, he's like a bearded cross-dressing persona of Australian male professional wrestler. Oh, he's a professional wrestler, Richard Macbre. I saw him in the video, one of their videos, and I wasn't sure exactly what that was about anyway. And there was like something with the idol formerly known as, I'm just reading here. I suck at reading stuff like this, man. Social media rotted my freaking brain. Kids, get off of social media, man. Like I say, the show must go on. I only have a few more videos to go through. All right, so we're gonna do. This band is called Passcode. All right, this is a Japanese metal band I found called Passcode. We're gonna check that out. You know, it was my first time checking them out. Yeah, so we got some technical difficulties again. This is trial and error. I kind of knew this was probably going to happen, so I'm just going on with the show because I think what's going to happen is once I'm done and once I hit in broadcast, even though I'm not streaming, it looks like Facebook I stopped streaming live and YouTube I think blocked the video or something like that. So I'm still going to just tape it and I'm just going to go in and edit it and then repost it later. So I'll edit this part out as well and just make it this show. So we're only an hour in. So we're going to complete the show with the 3 bands that I talked about earlier, the bands that I grew up on as far as Japanese metal. These were bands that were very influential on me for my music and everything I've done to become a musician, if I'm saying it right. Woo! Oh, I wrote a song. Hold on. Oh, man. Let me see if I... Japanese metal can be wholesome and clean, and when it's not, it's angry with screams. Japanese metal. No, just kidding. Yeah, I always like to come up with a little melody like that every now and then. I got to break out my guitar. Yes, I've been playing for 35 years, but I sound like I've only been playing for 10. Just kidding. I love the way I play. I'm a very big fan of myself. When nobody else is a fan, I'm a fan of myself. Let's move on. Next up, this is a band that's so influential on me. They're called Dead End. The singer's name is Mori. He's got this cool looking hair. Let me see if I can find a picture of him. Oh yeah, Dead End. That's like a newer picture, but he used to have like this really cool hair spiked onto the side and everything, full on makeup. They came out around 1986, 87, somewhere in that era. They debuted this video called Danse Macbre. I won't play the whole video just because the video is kind of bad quality, but I'll play just a little bit of it. And so you can get kind of an idea of what I'm talking about, man. All right. This is called Dead End, Danse Macbre. And they got a freaking badass album called Ghost of Romance. They got an album before that. I can't remember the title of it, their first album. But they're doing a big reissue. They're reissuing the first 4 albums. But Ghost of Romance and Shambara are my two top albums by them. And then they got later albums they've been putting out. And the guitar player Yuji Adachi, he passed away a few years ago of some unknown disease. But he's one of my all-time favorite guitar players. He's just such an amazing tone, amazing vibrato, and just real melodic, and not real flashy and fast or anything. Just does a lot of cool melodies and very unique songwriting style as far as the chord voicings they use and the different the layouts and the arrangements that they use in their songs. So here is Dead End with Danse Macbre. Just a little bit. I'm going to play about a minute of it, okay? Because the video is very bad quality.
Keep your eyes on us always, because we're the only to present you the latest domestic video music world. And for our last number, we'll be wrapping up with one of the hottest performers now, appearing for the very first time on MTJ with their debut video, Dead End.
Yeah, how cool is that, man? How cool does he look, man? It's like this kind of reminds me of like a kind of a Japanese version of the way Stephen Piercy from Rat used to look on the Round and Round video, but just way more dynamic and very gothic. Like around 86, 87, I wasn't really too familiar with gothic music as far as Bauhaus and The Cure. Well, I was familiar with The Cure and stuff like that, but I wasn't really familiar with a lot of the goth scene. It wasn't until later on when I got into goth music, like London After Midnight, bands like that, and that I noticed, like, wow, they almost look like Dead End. Like Dead End had that image, and so I was that's what really drew me to them, is that image. And then I kind of wanted to be that singer. There was times where I would spike my hair like on the side like that and dress all flashy like that with his cool boots and stuff. I remember one time I got in a car accident, me and my friends, and I was in the passenger side and someone was else in the middle. I think it was my ex-girlfriend at the time, and then my friend Paul was driving, and we're crossing this intersection. His car just fucking ran right into the side of us. and hit me in the side. And I always think to this day, like if that would have been like a truck going a little bit faster or something, I would have been demolished, man. But it was luckily it was like a small car that hit us. And so the ambulance ride comes and everything, and I'm all dressed up like this guy. I got my hair spiked out. I'm all fucking flashy. I might have had a couple drinks in me already. And I get out of the car and I'm just dancing around like I'm doing the whole dance macabre, fucking like the video. The ambulance like, "Are you sure you're not hurt? Are you want to go see a doctor?" I'm like, "Do I look like I need a doctor?" I'm just dancing around in the street, Like, that was fun. Let's do it again. It's like crazy, man. Woo! That was before Jackass, man. So I could have been a good member of Jackass, but fucking get hit by a car and then fucking get up and dance about it and have fun. Anyway, let's check out this next band. We're almost we're about an hour and 15 minutes in, so this is gonna be about a 90-minute show. We only got 2 more bands I'm gonna play for you, and this is Easy O. But this band is badass. Get their first album. It's just it's black with the fingers on the front. It does like this or whatever. Band called Easy O. They used to be called Flatbacker in Japan, and they changed to Easy O. And I think they went back to. I think they reunited with this Flatbacker. The singer is an amazing singer. His voice is just so cool sounding. And there was a time he actually ended up singing for Loudness for a little bit, which I need to go back and get those albums where he sang on Loudness's albums. And he was in the band for a short time. But man, I wish this band would have stayed together. I think they only put out maybe 2 or 3 albums. But even their second album, Fire, the follow-up was like, I didn't like it at the time when it first came out because I was kind of getting out of them. They kind of took their makeup off and everything. It was back then I was very image conscious about bands. Like they have to have a cool look, And so I didn't give the album that much of a chance, but I hear it now and I'm like, wow, this is a phenomenal fucking record, and they still look cool, even though they got some makeup on, but they still look cool. So let's check out Easy O. Here's what they look like real quick. Yeah, see, Easy O. But let's check out their video. This is a cool song called Here It Comes from the first album.
Whispers in the night. Something tells me something wrong. Things don't seem to turn out right. Somehow I knew it all along. There's underneath my skin. Don't wanna let it in. She's got me out and it's too late. Here it comes. My heart is breathing. Here it comes. And that lonely feeling. Here it comes. I stop believing. Here it comes. And that lonely feeling.
Again. That's a badass, man. His voice, man. He looks like the singer of Dead or Alive, kind of. The late, what was his name again? John Byrne or something, the singer of Dead or Alive. Kind of has that look, obviously maybe might have modeled part of his look after that guy, because Dead or Alive was way before Easy O, I think. Anyway, yeah, that was so cool. I mean, fucking very influential band on me. So this now, to me, which is like the band that sort of gave Japanese metal a big push in the United States, and probably one of the, I guess I wouldn't say a founder of Japanese metal, but they're one of the forefathers, because Loudness. How many remember Loudness? Rock and roll crazy nights. Na 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 na. Remember Loudness? Loudness. The first album, Thunder in the East. I chose this song off of Hurricane Eyes, which is just a really good song, and I just want to play a little bit for you. I'm not going to play the whole thing because, like I said, we want to wrap this up, and I don't want to risk playing the whole thing, because when I go to re-edit this video and want to post it on YouTube, what if they block it if I'm playing the whole video or something? So maybe I'll just play part. It's gonna be tricky doing this show, man. I really wanted this show to work, and I think I can still make it work. I just got to find other ways. Maybe I have to use a different studio like OBS or something where I can see myself along with the video. Maybe that's what will keep it from getting blocked. Is maybe because I'm showing the entire video. Maybe that's what's causing it to get blocked. So yeah. So trial and error. Like I say, you're on the metal block. Here we are with Loudness. Yeah, where am I? Loudness, Kira Takasaki on guitar, man. Whew, damn. He's one of the baddest guitar players. He's still pretty badass. Their new album they just came out with, what's the title? I'm really bad with. It just came out like last year or maybe the year before last. No, I think it was the last year release. No, it was a late 2021 in Japan, and it came out in 2022 in the US. What is their new album called? It's a very concept album, very big concept, and it's got samurais on the cover. It kind of looks like a Senjutsu by Iron Maiden's cover a little bit. Phenomenal freaking record. I mean, it's their comeback record in my opinion. I mean, they've been putting out some good stuff no matter throughout the years. I looked on their discography in Japan. God damn, they have so many records. I was tripping out on that. You know, it was like I think I counted something like 50 something records that they released. I'm like, holy! And we're talking studio albums. We're not talking like greatest hits or live albums. They almost, I had to say, almost 35 or 40, maybe even 50 studio albums. You know, and it's like, holy mackerel! I mean, what are they? They must have been putting out they haven't been around since like early 80s or whatever, but they had to have been putting out maybe 2 albums a year, maybe, mostly like in Japan, I guess. And, we just get the crumbs. No, nothing from Loudness is a crumb. You're getting good stuff no matter what. And they always switch it up. Sometimes they're really heavy and thrash metal sounding. The next thing you know, they're kind of melodic, like that song you just heard from Hurricane Eyes, which was, I think it was their 4th studio album, I believe, or at least in the US anyway. But yeah, they always switch it up, and I think that's what I love about them. All right. So again, thank you for being patient with me. And I know that for some of those who are watching this as a replay after I edited it, what happened was earlier we got through some videos, but then a couple of videos got blocked or whatever during the stream. That I'm sitting there twiddling my thumbs trying to figure out what's going on. And then it came back, and we were going along. Then I get a notification that YouTube had blocked the video, the entire stream, so they knocked it off, but I was still filming inside my Facebook group, which is called the Gen X Brothers. And then I just got a notification after a few videos that I was able to show that got stopped. So, but what I did, and I was going to end it, but then I decided, I'm just going to keep going and just tape it, and then I'll just edit stuff out. So I'm going to keep this part in so there's an explanation as to what happened, and so that way there's some kind of reference as to why you're seeing this as a replay. This was meant to be a live thing every Sunday or every other Sunday. Called the Metal Block, where I'm going to do a block of videos and talk about the bands and stuff like that, different themes. So like this was Japanese metal. Maybe next week or the week after I'll do like a thrash metal or black metal, traditional metal, and rock, hard rock, things like that. Just everything but country. What kind of music you like? I like everything but country. Well, I like some country. I like the old stuff like Johnny Cash, Dolly Parton, Loretta Lynn. So anytime someone says they like some country, that those are like the 3 go-tos: Dolly Parton, Johnny Cash, Loretta Lynn, or no, Hank Williams. I like all kinds of music. Oh yeah, what about black metal? What the hell's that? I like all kinds of music. Yeah, what about death metal? Death metal? Oh my God, that sounds scary. I guess I don't like everything. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta go to the store, and I'm gonna figure out how to fix this video up and everything like that. And thank you for joining me. And I got a little emotional there in the beginning, talking about my stepdaughter being in the hospital, and that was rough. That hit me on the spot. And I guess it makes for good TV, what they say. Wasn't meant to be. That wasn't planned, man. I do this stuff off the cuff, man. No script or anything. No backing tracks. No freaking miming. No lip syncing or nothing. Right? Unless I can figure out how to do that, then I might go ahead and cheat. No, I would never do that. I'm against all that shit. No lip syncing unless you're a pop band, even J-pop or whatever. If you're a pop band, that's cool. That's expected. But don't be a rock or metal band and not play your instruments or sing for real. Stop being lazy. Blackie Lawless, you can sing, man. We heard you when your backing track fucked up and you had to sing Love Machine for real. That sounded good, man. I mean, yeah, it wasn't perfect, but we don't want it perfect. That's the whole point of seeing a live show, is to see it how it sounds live and not like the record. All right. Anyway, y'all, be kind to yourselves. Be kind to everyone else, because if you're not good to yourself, you're no good to anyone else. All right. So horns up and peace out.